Are we live? Alright, cool. So with 5D's, like I said, I've only watched a sub with the exception of the first 3 episodes, so I'm gonna do my the best voices I can with the sub voices. Now loading 5D's histories. Duelist, young and old, professional and amateur alike. It's the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome to New Domino City, home of turbo dueling. Means speed duels. Turbo duels are a new form of dueling that takes place on motorcycles called duel runners. However, our story does not begin in Neo Domino City. We join our hero Yusei Fudo in the poorer outskirts known as Satellite. Yusei was wronged by the undefeated turbo dueling champion Jack Atlas. The two were once friends, but Jack stole Yusei's two most prized possessions, the Stardust Dragon card and his custom duel runner, which Jack doesn't even use anymore. Jack left Satellite and became the turbo dueling champion for New Domino City. Yusei wanted to confront Jack, but unfortunately, Sector Security kept getting in his way. Yusei's friend Rally, whose gender I did not know when I first watched the anime, found a Skylon 30, I still don't know actually, acceleration chip. Yusei needed this chip badly for the duel runner he was building. Yusei, hey, Yusei, check this out. The Skylon 30 acceleration chip. Aren't those incredibly expensive? Don't tell me you stole this. I didn't steal nothing. It was just laying on the ground in broad daylight. Okay, thanks. This is just why you really just fucking accepted that? Okay. I knew you'd like it. Will it make your duel runner faster? Absolutely. Unfortunately, Sector Security had tracked Rally and quickly closed in on Yusei and his friends. So it was up to Yusei to confront Sector Security and get his friends out of trouble. By the way, that's like the only... This character is the only thing that binds... This is like the only character that's from like the original Yu-Gi-Oh series. He's in like the pre-card game era, like Yu-Gi-Oh! And he like bullied Yugi and then Joey and Tristan as well. That's how they became friends, actually. And now he's a security. I knew I should have locked you up when you were a kid. Looks like I'll finally get my wish. That was actually kind of fucked up, the way you put that. Are you going to make this easy and come along quietly? I will, if you can beat me. Also, that's a cool detail. They didn't put Yusei's criminal marker on his face yet, because he hasn't gotten it yet. You got yourself a deal. Fool. Anyways, as I was saying, since I watched like 99% of oh no, we'll do the non-tutorial version. Since I watched 99% of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds in Japanese, I'll try to replicate the Japanese voices when you know, reading the dialogue, but only for the characters whose voices I kind of remember at least. Like, I don't really remember what Tetsu, whose actual name in the Japanese version is Ushio. I don't remember what his voice sounds like. Also, with yesterday's stream, when I was saving the VOD... Oh, tuning's such a strong card. When I was saving the VOD, the last 1 minute got shaved off, so that's unfortunate. But it wasn't that much. It was like we already finished the duel and all the dialogue in the story, so you're not losing out on much if you're watching this series in the future. Do your worst. God, I love 5Ds. Oh, Montage Dragon? Such a cool but garbage card. Question is if I could take it down, actually, with what I've got. Oh, he just laid everything out, huh? Oh, good. I was worried it would be Armor Yarm or something. That card is so fucking cool, Underworld Fighter Balmung, but it's just not very good. It never saw play, even like relative to when it came out. But I made sure to grab a copy because I really like the way it looks. Okay, what is it again? Nitro Warrior, which I can't get out, and Junk Warrior with no level 2s to power it up. fucking sucks. Okay, I actually just fucking lose the tutorial duel. Great. Because I didn't draw a single level 2. I mean, I guess I could have gotten out Nitro Synchron if I got, or Nitro Warrior if I got Nitro Synchron. But I didn't have a spell card, so it wouldn't have overpowered Montage Dragon. Well, it still wouldn't, actually. It would be 100 short. Oh, this would actually be very good relative to dealing with Montage Dragon. Like, if I had that in my hand last duel, we would have won. Man, this thing's effect is so goddamn slow. By the time your opponent attacks it in the battle phase, odds are they've already done all the special summons they've been wanting to do. Too bad I don't have Stardust Dragon. Could have gotten that out. Yeah, only having 2 different Synchro monsters is really limiting what I could do here. I get that it's a starter duel, but it would have been nice to have like one generic one. Am I coming in good on the mic? Okay, just gotta bring it a bit closer. Oh, there it is again. Weaker this time. I could actually take it down. Not right now, not with what I got, but... oh, that's gonna be an issue. Okay, I was worried for a second he was gonna get Goyo Guardian, but I think it's post-errata Goyo Guardian, so I don't think he gets summoned it anyway. But okay, I'm in a freaking terrible position again. These tutorial duels really don't, they don't have any chill. Oh, cool. Completely dead card. Yeah, no, I lost again. Because these tutorial duels are focused around you doing some very specific shit. They never intended to have the option to duel normally, but they did, so... like, you could get some absolute garbage while they get out exactly what they need. Why does he have 10 cards in his extra deck while I only have 6? Oh, there it is already. How strong is it? Good. Very good. I could use Monster Reborn to, I could use it to power up Junk Warrior, and he has absolutely nothing in his hand. So just next turn I just have to kill this and I'll win. Very doable. Or I could just use this thing's effect. That's also an option, but... also, man, before they change back the rules in this game, like from Master Rule 4. Like, how the fuck were you supposed to summon Shooting Star Dragon in the story duels? Because you needed 2 synchros out, but you didn't have any link monsters. I can inflict damage, but instead of dealing 300 damage, I'd rather get rid of both of his monsters. But since they changed the rules back for synchros, like, you could actually use all the zones again. So he can potentially synchro, but I don't really see it being a threat at this point, with how little cards he has. And before he brings out Ally of Justice Catastor, and I have fucking no way to deal with it. I'm actually kind of curious. Hold on. I have to wonder, does he have 3 Montage Dragons? He's opened up with it every game so far. Okay. Now we could actually get into the story. I wonder if they'll have all 3 of Yusei's battles against Ushio, aka Tetsu Trudge. I'm sorry if I'm gonna say the Japanese names more, but that's like what I'm used to. But I'll be sure to clarify. There goes my promotion. Guess I'm going back to being a dual runner meter maid. Too real. A blast from the past. Yusei escaped Ushio and the other sector security forces, making his way into Neo Domino City. There, he came face to face with his rival, Jack Atlas. Jack had stolen Yusei's ace card, Stardust Dragon. Using Stardust Dragon, Jack was able to escape Satellite and establish himself as the undefeated turbo dueling champion of Neo Domino City. Welcome to the Kaiba Dome. This duel dome is impressive, isn't it? Television just doesn't do it justice. The English Jack voice is like, I don't know if it was Australian accent, but he was like, hey, you say, crikey. Okay, I'm making it Australian, but we're not going to do that voice. Now imagine it filled with thousands of adoring fans chanting your name and cheering you on. But that's something you're never going to experience, you say. Because after this duel, the only people cheering you on will be your loser friends back in Satellite. And that's if they don't all turn their backs on you once you return without their Stardust Dragon. Huh? You're going to regret ever coming here, because I'm going to beat you with your own card. You know, for as cool of a character as Jack Atlas is, like, he's so fucking lame in the first, like, dozen or so, or a couple dozen, during the first season, effectively. After that, he became, like, my favorite character for a while in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! But recently, I've reverted to Pegasus being my favorite. Jack is number 2, though. Sonic Chick wouldn't be bad, but I'd rather save it. Granted, he could just destroy it with Red Dragon Archfiend. Right, he has multi-piece Golem. So his extra deck is probably 3 multi-piece Golems, 1 Red Dragon Archfiend, and 1 Stardust Dragon. I was getting it out right now. Is it Stardust or Red Dragon Archfiend? Stardust. Such a cool ace monster. Its evolution is probably my favorite like ace card of any Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist. The Shooting Star Dragon. It has Stardust Dragon also has one of the coolest effects ever. Like, it hasn't really aged well now, but like for its time, it was insane. I'm drawing jack shit. Hey, what do you know? I'm dueling Jack Atlas. The good thing is, unless he brings something out, he can't take out Sonic Chick, but he almost definitely will. What did I just say? This is already looking like a wash. Like, there's almost nothing I'll be able to do to bring this back right now. And that's not gonna help whatsoever. Wait a second. No, its attack isn't doubled until the battle phase. And only during... Yeah, only during the battle phase. Otherwise, I could have brought this out on top of it and actually made something happen. That is not gonna happen. Speed Warrior has such a bizarre effect. It really should have just been it gets... Its original attack is doubled when it attacks. It's like such an excessive effect that isn't even good, even though it's like one of Yusei's signature, like, non-synchro monsters. Alright, if I don't draw something this turn, it's pretty much over, and I might as well just try again. Well, I drew something, and it's pretty good. I think it might be a little too late, though. Or no. I could bring it, Turret Warrior out off of a Junk Warrior. Better yet, I don't have to use Turret Warrior just yet. Yeah, let's make Junk Warrior stronger. We can also get rid of this to bring this out with 2100 attack. But I don't know that I want to do that. That was a hell of a top deck, though, drawing Junk Warrior. Or Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron's such a good card. Even by modern day standards, it's not terrible. It's just that, like, what it gets out isn't particularly relevant. Well, I don't really need double summon. What I can do, though, get out Nitro Synchron. I still love how Nitro Warrior. I still love how Nitro Synchron has the effect where if this card is sent to the graveyard for the Synchro Summon of a Nitro Synchro monster, draw one card. It has now been, I believe, over 10 years. No, it has absolutely been over 10 years. It's been like, I think, 16 years since we got Nitro Synchron and Nitro Warrior. And there's still only one Nitro Synchro monster. So they future-proofed this card, but they never did anything with it. Second attack of this unfortunately didn't matter because this can't be destroyed by battle once per turn. Same with this while it's in defense mode. I could have destroyed either one. Now this is a very good card. Relative to the era. Oh. Okay. Well, still get destroyed. Well, in terms of damage. Yusei and Jack's duel had summoned forth a massive flaming dragon, the Crimson Dragon. Everyone seemed shocked except for one man. Rex Godwin. It's not Goodwin, it's Godwin. I don't know why, I guess they thought God was offensive. The head of Sector Security. What is that? Is that a dragon? What kind of trick is this, you say? The mighty beast has emerged from its slumber. What's happening to my body? I've never seen this glowing mark on my arm before. What? I'm not the only one with a mark? So you know what this is, Jack? You do, don't you? Jack, say something. What's going on? You're in violation of Code 36B, which states that no residents of Satellite may enter New Domino City. By order of the Social Maintenance Department, we are placing you under arrest. Do not try to run. We have you surrounded. Oh man, I got no escape. Even if I did manage to get away, I still don't know what that mark on my arm was. I also said, oh man, like he got caught, like, getting a cookie out of the jar or something. It should have been like, oh man. That is a hairstyle. After his capture by Sector Security at Kaiba Dome, which isn't actually called Kaiba Dome in the Japanese version, I believe. They just wanted to tie it together. I could be wrong. Yusei was sent to court for sentencing. Yusei was marked with tracking dye on his left cheek and put on a bus bound for a prison known as the Facility. Yusei was placed into a cell with another inmate named Tenzen Yanagi, and the two immediately became friends. Ah, great to be back. You're so much nicer than my last roommate. What's a guy like you doing here? Me? It's because I collect cards. Everyone does that. But mine are illegal magic relics from ancient civilizations. Why does that fucking make a difference? They're still fucking cards. That sounds pretty cool. Wish I could see some. Ta-da! I've stuck these here so many times that I've learned how to sneak in my entire... Oh, I've stuck these here. What the... Brain? He's not... He's not sneaking in contraband. I've been stuck here so many times that I've learned how to sneak in my entire deck past the guards. And it's a good thing I did. Why? You're not allowed to duel in this prison? You got a lot to learn, Sonny. Dueling is the only way to stay safe, and soon you'll learn that lesson. But as long as we got these cards, we're set. In the facility, it was illegal to carry decks and duel. However, that didn't stop the prisoners from sneaking their decks in and dueling for respect. What a fucking meme. Yusei and Tenzen were quickly confronted by an ex-dueling champion named Bolt Tanner. Much to the amusement of the other inmates, Yusei borrowed Tenzen's treasure deck in order to accept Tanner's challenge. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Assuming the anime versions of the old man's deck is in the game. I don't know if they ever got officially released, but they were trash. Say hello to my duel stadium, newbie. Man, those are some rough laugh lines he has. For someone that looks like he never laughs. Unless they're like knife scars or something. Let me tell you how things work around here. First day in, everyone duels. You duel good, you get respect. But don't get no ideas because I'm the best. Prove it, Tanner. Duel you against that worthless treasure deck? Oh please, I want a challenge. And you'll get one. He said we duel here for respect. I think it's time you learn what that really means. I think I'm getting sick. Okay, we'll go first. Let's see what we got here. Oh, they just gave me Chronomaly, huh? Well, I guess that makes sense. The old man had some, like, non-archetype crystal skull shit, so this was, like, the closest thing they could do. Plus, it's, like, all artifact stuff. But I don't have any Chronomaly Xyz monsters. Xyz monsters didn't exist yet, so I will allow it. But then what the hell are these supposed to do? Okay, obviously this is, like, the key to victory right here. Pretty good. Magic Cylinders is good. The old man did use some sort of, or Yusei using the old man's deck did use some sort of burn tactic to win. What the hell does this do? I've never used Chronomaly outside of like one of their Xyz monsters, which isn't even in the deck. Artifact, blah 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 blah. So it's basically Hero Signal. Okay, let's see what we can get from with this. Okay. Fucking Moai. Decent enough. What about this? Also decent. So, as you could tell, this deck is very clearly based around Xyz summoning, but... Well, I guess Bolt didn't really have a good deck anyways. All he had was Ushioni and, like, its evolved form, which I still believe isn't a real card, like, in real life. So I don't really know that he's gonna be doing anything interesting, because he doesn't even have an extra deck. Oh shit, the next duel is gonna be awful if I'm remembering correctly. What the fuck? You're just giving him, like, very strong beat sticks? Yeah, no. I gotta win this fast. Well, that's a cute card, but it's not gonna win me the duel. Also, this has 0 attack. That's not great. He summons another 2000 attack monster. It's gonna be rough. What do you know? I love jinxing things. But here's the problem. Trebuchet is obviously the way to defeat that, but hold on a sec. Yet. But I would need another monster to actually make that work. So I guess, wait, it's special summon. Otherwise I would have gotten this to use its effect. This is not good. This situation that I'm in right now. Man, this is very not good. I mean, this is obviously good, but, like, he has to kill this before he kills this. What the fuck are you? That's pretty good. I just have to worry about his set card. Hey, what do you know? His set card. Okay, I have to use that with a monster, assuming I draw one. And if I don't, I'm done. And if he summons a second monster, I'm done. Oh, cool, he's gonna get a second monster, and they're all gonna be stronger. I would scoop right now if I had the chance, but I can't. I have to let this go on. I guess they want us to suffer because, unlike GX, where the character's deck becomes gradually worse, the character's deck actually becomes better over time in this. So they want us, like, to suffer right now. I mean, yes, Yusei does technically get that garbage-ass Majestic Dragon shit, like, during Season 2, but, like, you don't have to use it. And by the time Season 3 comes around, this deck is so fucking good. Oh cool, I can't do anything because I don't have a Anomaly monster. Nightmare Wheel and Swords Revealing Light could be cute though. Well, this guy's deck is just fucking level 4 beat sticks. And shit like Trap Hole. Oh, that's wonderful. Now, if only I could... Well, I mean, I could get this out and then bring this out, but I don't want to summon this. This is actually huge, though. I may have to use, I may have to normal summon this, but I'm gonna try to avoid doing that right now. This thing actually becomes a threat with, this. This is huge. This card alone makes this manageable. Oh, cool. So he does piercing damage on all of his Beast Warriors. Beast Warrior deck. I mean, it makes sense. I think Ushioni was a Beast Warrior. Okay, guess I don't have a fucking choice. You're dirty. You are fucking dirty, you know that? If I didn't play this, it would have been fine. Fucking. What a cuck. And then he has regular Battleox too. He really likes it. You used to have to go full Easter Island on him. Fortunately, you could get rid of most of them next turn. No, I don't want to use Nightmare Wheel just yet. That's why I didn't want to use it yet. Oh, the Manticore, huh? Yeah, that's why I'm glad I didn't use it. And I wasn't aware that the old man, the stuff that he was into was freaking torture devices. That's the artifacts he was into. Let's get rid of his piercing damage. Why the fuck would you give him Mirror Force? Do you want me to win this duel or not? What a fucking scuffed duel. Just give him all the generic... Wow. Okay, there's his ace monster. I'm pretty sure I lost. So, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Wait a second. Yeah, no, I absolutely lost. I don't know that there's a single card I could draw that could get me out of this. Yes, let's add insult to injury. I still can't believe he had motherfucking Mirror Force on top of Trap Hole. Fuck you, Bolt Tanner. I mean, that's the thing. He makes everyone his prison bitches, right? So he has to use those kind of tactics. Oh man, these two are gonna be long-ass duels. This one and the one after. The one after is even worse, because it's just like a hodgepodge of like a bunch of prison people's cards. Prison people's prisoners cards. I actually had to summon this thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this. This is pretty not great, this situation I'm in. Easter Island, bitch. I don't even know why it's called Easter Island. So he gets a second normal summon per turn. That's fine. Better than him using Tanky and getting another monster. I have 2 fucking copies of this. That's insane. Okay. Now this deck is starting to make some sense. But I won, so it is what it is. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I used to be a pro, but I've never dueled anyone quite like you. You're good. You got a name, newbie? It's Yusei. My time in the spotlight is long gone, but I want to do everything I can to get you to the world of the pros. What do you say? You interested? Very. Here it is. Probably the worst duel in all of 5D's. Soon after his duel with Bolt Tanner, Yusei had an unfortunate run-in with the chief of the facility, Mr. Armstrong, who, in the anime, continuously rips out his nose hairs with his fingers. That's insane. Look at those fucking muscles, Jesus Christ. I found smuggled magazines in Tanner's cell. You all know that's against the rules, but I know he couldn't have gotten them alone. Were they like naughty magazines? His accomplice has 1 hour to step forward. After that, everyone here is gonna pay the price. Don't like it? Then you ought to figure out who helped him out. If I were you maggots, I'd start by questioning his friends. There's no need for everyone to suffer. Tanner's friend just needs to fess up. If he doesn't, I got no problem putting you all in permanent lockdown. Get real. You got something you want to say, newbie? There are no magazines. We both know that. No magazines, huh? So I'm just punishing Tanner because I feel like it? I don't know why you're doing this, but I know that Tanner wouldn't do anything wrong. You're abusing your authority, Armstrong. I can't just stand here and let you accuse me of being unfair in front of everyone. To prove that I'm a reasonable man, I'll let you duel me out here where your fellow inmates can watch, and if you win, I'll pardon Tanner's offense. But if I happen to win the duel, then no one here but me gets put in lockdown. You got a deal. What were you thinking? You can't duel him. You don't have a deck. If you were hoping to use mine, the chief took my cards from me earlier. Took mine too, my beloved treasures. I mean, it's a good thing he did. They're from the fucking future. Chronomaly didn't exist until ZL. Luckily, with the help of the other inmates in the facility, or unluckily, because it's a bunch of garbage cards with like 2 or 3 gems, Yusei had a little surprise for Mr. Armstrong. Let's skip ahead to later that night. Luckily, Armstrong has one of the weakest archetypes in the game, but it's still like an absolute behemoth compared to the garbage I'm gonna have. Well, there he is, the little punk with the big mouth, and I thought you might back down. After all, you're not allowed to have a deck in the facility. I needed a deck to duel. Since you're showing up empty-handed, I win by forfeit. Now get him out of my sight. I have a deck right here. What? What the? Where'd you find those cards? You don't get it. You think we're a bunch of punks who'll gladly turn on each other. That's not how it is. They lent me their cards so I could take you down. Alright then, even though you're breaking the rules, I'm willing to uphold my end of the deal. Guards, prepare the duel discs. Oh, you're about to see what kind of a nightmare this is, and we're probably going to be here for like an hour. Look at that. Like, Mataza the Zapper is not a bad card, but, like, it has nothing helping it out. They want you to win by using cards like Blasting the Ruins. That's the kind of garbage this is that we're dealing with right now. I mean, yes, to be fair, his deck involves milling your cards very inefficiently, but if he ends up milling your Blasting the Ruins cards, you're just fucked. Oh great, I have to get rid of the 2 cards in my hand, which I didn't want to get rid of. Well, Mataza could take it or leave it, but I needed Nightmare Steel Cage. Oh look, Chopman the Desperate Outlaw. What the fuck is he gonna do? Okay, so I just fucking lost. There's almost nothing I can do now, honestly. I genuinely don't think there's a single play I could actually make. Like, to win this. You know what, actually, there is one thing I could attempt. If I could get rid of the card in his hand, and if he bricks, like, turn after turn, I might be able to make something happen. Stimpack could be good for Chopman, but Shadow Spell's a loss that I would rather not have. Magical Merchant I could live without. Dark World Dealings. Okay, this isn't looking as bad as I thought it would. It's not great though. If he gets rid of White Magical Hat, like, I mean, I guess I get it back with Call the Haunted, right? I could also get out Mataza the Zapper and start. Ooh, very good. Especially with Mataza. I don't want to miss the timing on this. Wait, are you fucking for real? I thought it was normal and... Why? This effect is fucking shit. What the fuck were they thinking? God, this card is so much worse than I thought it was, and it was already pretty bad. Okay, this is the carry right here. I need to play greedy, please. Please. Sure. Exiled forces. Losing that's not great. But now he's top decking, so I can make something happen. And he can't even keep something in his hand thanks to White Magical Hat, and he can't use another trap thanks to 7 tools. So I actually... Wow, we may have actually won this on our first try somehow. I drew like the 2 best cards in the deck. Remember how I said there's like 3 good cards in the deck? 2 of them are right here. This is also a very good card. Literally Man-Eater Bug. Just way cooler. Look, they put fucking Gamble in this deck. Get real. Okay, we somehow, like, destroyed that on our first try. We got so lucky. Like, so stupidly lucky. I can't believe it. I'm sorry if I hyped you up for a disaster. Like, I genuinely thought that was gonna go awful for like an hour. He won! He won! Never a doubt. Put him in lockdown. But what about our deal? Fuck our deal. Take him away. I don't think so, Mr. Armstrong. I saw the entire duel, and I'm afraid the only person going away is you. Godwin, I mean, sir. I don't see how the facility can be run efficiently if no trust exists between the guards and the inmates. Pack your things, Armstrong. You're fired. Here's the grudge match. I think technically this is the third one in the anime. Shortly after defeating Armstrong, Yusei was released from the facility under Rex Godwin's orders. But before he left, Bolt had one last gift for him. This card's gonna help you get your Duel Runner back. Bolt gave Yusei a monster card, Giant Dushioni, which isn't a real card and is not in this game either, most likely, as a result. And weird that they show this gesture, also because Yusei absolutely never uses that card. I overheard the guards talking about your sweet ride and how it's locked up in the impound center. Take this card to oh, that's why, right. To a star named Bootleg and order some milk and ask for Blister. He'll help you out. Meanwhile, back at Sector Security. Are you sure about this? If we let him go, we might never find him again. This is like the weirdest character in the whole show. It's such a weird character, and its wife and daughter look just like it. No, I'm not saying it to be degrading towards trans people. Like, this is just a fucking creature right here, this dude is. Obvious to me that Yusei's Mark of the Dragon won't reappear while it's trapped inside the walls of the facility. Time for a change of scenery. Love the wear Kocharaska shirt, Godwin. Besides, I never said that we were letting him go. You're going to track him? Oh, you are so sneaky, hehehe. With Yusei free to roam Neo-Domino City, I have selected an elite task force to keep him under surveillance and watch for any signs of the reappearance of his mark. And if his mark shows up again, that proves he is one of the signers that I've been searching for. With the help of Blister, Yusei was able to sneak into the Sector Security Impound Center in order to recover his Duel Runner, which is actually called a D-Wheel. Unfortunately, Trudge was already waiting to spring a trap. I just hope this ID and passcode work. Nice. Also, this part of the story where Yusei has to hack stuff and Metal Gear Solid his way through was fucking awful in the DS 5D's game. Where they tried to have variety, like, not just dueling, but like racing without dueling at the same time. Like, very shitty racing. And also, like, they had like stealth. Reunited at last with my D-Wheel. I'm starting to think you like me, you say. Why else would you constantly go out of your way to make sure we keep meeting up like this? Although I gotta say, this is probably your craziest stunt yet. What on earth were you thinking? I just want my D-Wheel back, Yushio. Actually, that D-Wheel is now the property of Sector Security. I'm gonna trip up a lot because I refuse to say the dumb's garbage. Yes, I'm being a elitist weed. Only for 5Ds. Only ever for 5Ds will I do that. And I guess potentially ZL and Arc 5, but I have no pride for those like I do for 5Ds. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Give yourself up right now and I'll forget the fact that you broke into the vault while I'm filling out the report. No chance. You're not leaving me with any choice. If you won't surrender, I'll have to make you surrender. With a duel. Knight's Title and Dark Magician Knight. Some of the most garbage support cards ever, even though they look fucking awesome. Oh man, this is when this asshole starts bringing out the Goyo Guardian. Cool. Synchro deck, and I have not drawn into a tuner. I do have Scrap Iron Scarecrow though, and that could buy me a lot of time. Very strong card in in a setting where the opponent does not have an absurd amount of back row hate. Because you could just negate an attack every turn. Like this. Also, at a YCS I went to, someone thought that you could use this card infinite times per turn, and I'm like, but why don't they just make it end the battle phase, or like, something like that, or continuous if that's the case. That's not how trap cards work. They can't be used the turn you set them, and you end up setting it again. Goyo Guardian is legit scary though, because, well, you can't get it out with a dark monster if it's the errata one, but like, it lets him steal my monsters whenever he kills them. Oh, great. Wait, but why? It's just gonna be destroyed. Okay, so we got Junk Warrior and Dickhead Warrior. I know it's supposed to be a Pompadour. Turbo Warrior is one of the like most neglected Synchro Warrior cards. Simply because it wasn't that great, and it had like, I wouldn't say planned obsolescence, planned obsolescence, but like, it only works on Synchro monsters, I think, so like, naturally it was eventually not gonna be any good. You son of a bitch. Well, that's annoying. I have to get this shit out now to actually do something. Oh, I drew it again. Funny. Yeah, it's level 6 or higher Synchro monster. Oh, but it does have protection from non-Synchro effects. That's not bad. Not great, but, well, only level 6 or lower, so it's, yeah, it's absolutely not great. Even before Xyz and Lynx became a thing. I really want to play this right now. I want that there for if I get out Junk Warrior, I can power it up. Uh-oh. Right, he has that thing. I completely forgot about it. Yeah, no. Oh man, this card's fucking awful. I know Yusei uses it against one of his duels. I think he uses it in one of his duels against Ushio, maybe, but like it's such a not good card. I mean, I guess it at least it's destroyed during his end phase, but... So, I see the point of this now. It's not just destroyed during the end phase, it's his only. Do you have a short-term memory, Ushio? I have fucking Scrap Iron Scarecrow. It's actually pretty good. Well, since he's only one card in his hand, I might as well start beating him down. Tore apart. That's a pretty damn cool card because I think it has a lingering effect. Yeah. It like gives your synchro monster a half ancient gear effect if you use it as a material. But you could only use it for a warrior. It's funny because I'm pretty sure you used this with Goyo Guardian, and the point was that it stops Scrap Iron Scarecrow, but I don't think you do that anymore because I think Goyo Guardian needs an Earth Tuner and Earth Non-Tuner. I think I might be wrong. Might just need a Earth Non-Tuner, in which case it's fine. I really want this, but I won't be able to make anything happen if I get it. We'll get rid of that one. I should be good now. Like, very unlikely he turns this around. Like, he legitimately has to draw, like, Dark Hole or Raigeki. And even then, like, I still have, like, these two things. This garbage. I also like this card. It's not good, but I like it. Also, now this has 0 attack. Or no, 1200. If I were to flip it again. Okay, that's fine. So you live for one more turn, but now you're literally top decking into fucking nothing. Before that's Mirror Force. Fucking deja vu. Yusei was able to successfully escape Ushio and the other sector security forces, but not without a cost. During the escape, Yusei crashed his D-wheel in an alley, leaving him unconscious. Luckily, he was rescued from arrest by the twins, Rua and Ruka. That was their names. Rua and Ruka. I like the name Luna better, but it would be weird if I did Leo and Luna. But would it be weird if I did... I like Leo and Luna. It's less weird than Rua and Ruka, but I'm just gonna stick to it. For a second I'm like, wait, Pegasus? No, it's Bomber. His name was Bomber. The Japanese version, at least. I'm sure they changed it because bomb is offensive, I guess. He's waking up. Who are you? We found you in the alley downstairs. So we brought you up here. My name's Runard, but call me Rua. This is my sister, Ruka. We're twins, in case you couldn't tell. I'm sure people are gonna hate the fact I'm using the Japanese names. Not identical twins, obviously. She's a she, and I'm a he. So who are you, mister? What's your name? I mean, you could be almost identical twins, even if you're different genders. I have no idea. I never met anyone with amnesia before. Clearly, that's a lie because you live in an anime. You're obviously a duelist with that sweet duel runner, so maybe this will jog your memory. Tell me if this looks familiar. Well, does this Fortune Cup invite ring a bell? Fortune Cup? Yeah, it's this big tournament between a bunch of people that Kaiba Corp randomly selected. It's gonna be huge, and get this, they selected me. I'm gonna be in it. Actually, they selected me. They technically selected Ruka, but Ruka's too scared to enter, so I'm gonna pretend to be her and win that thing. Also, Ruka's deck is fucking awful. Um, her Synchro Monster was also considered the weakest of the 5 dragons, which is what 5D stands for. But like, funny enough, like a while ago it got banned because it was so like good in the modern day, its effects. But I think they then nerfed it and unbanned it. Or they just unbanned it, I don't remember. But god, her actual deck is so bad. This kid's Rua's isn't too bad. He uses Morphtronics, which are basically like transformers for everyday electronics. They technically selected okay, so we got that. No one's gonna believe you're me, Rua. Why wouldn't they? We're twins. We look alike. I'm a girl. I'm pretty. I'll wear makeup. Thanks for trying to help, but this Fortune Cup thing isn't ringing any bells. I should get out of here. I shouldn't trouble you guys anymore. But we still don't know who you are. Before you go, I've got one more idea. I challenge you to a duel, Mr. Amnesia Man. Jack Atlas said that the way a duelist duels reveals who he really is. So if you duel me, you might remember who you are. I guess it couldn't hurt. To everyone's surprise, the duel did indeed clear Yusei's mind. He remembered exactly who it was. What a useless moment for Amnesia, honestly. It's like such a meaning... It's like they just had to check the box for Amnesia. I fucking love 5Ds, and I defend the shit out of it, but it's one of the dumbest things ever. Like, that brief instance where he got Amnesia. It's just... They had to check the trope box. To everyone's surprise, the duel did indeed clear Yusei's... Yeah, okay. Soon after, Yusei left Twins only to encounter the very person who caused his amnesia in the first place. I was starting to think you didn't like me. Ah. I'm here to take you in, Yusei. So you gonna come quietly? Officer Trudge, aren't you supposed to be guarding the candles and calendars kiosk at the Outer Rim Mall? Stop interfering with official police business. Or duty. I didn't get your name, short stack. Special Deputy Lazar. I work for the Director General and I outrank you. Gulp. Mr. Yusei Fudo, we'd like you to participate in the Fortune Cup. If you refuse, I'll arrest your 4 friends in the satellite for the crime of... I'll make something up later. Next day, Yusei received another visit from his rival Jack Atlas. What brings you here? I heard you'll be at the Fortune Cup. I've got a deal for you and your Stardust Dragon. If you win, you can keep the card. If I win, I get the card. Then you and me are straight. Straight? But everyone ships us as gay together. Also, even though Aki is clearly my love interest and Carly is yours. Anyway, what about my friends? What are you talking about? Your purple-haired friend Lazar stopped by. That was purple hair? I thought it was like gray. If I don't duel, they pay. Well then, you'll definitely need your Stardust Dragon now, won't you? And just so we're clear, I don't know anything about this threat. Got it? I duel for me. Godwin's got his own agenda. I'll see you at the Fortune Cup. Also, I'm gonna totally ignore the fact that those were also probably my friends, and I'm pretending that they aren't. And that they will never be relevant again after Season 1 is over. I think that's how it happens, at least. Meanwhile, Rex, Godwin, and Lazar... Was his name Lazar, the Japanese version? I don't care. I don't even like that character. I had to discuss another Fortune Cup participant. I made sure the Black Rose got an invitation. She'll be dueling here along with Yusei. And all is going as planned. Soon the Crimson Dragon will rise, like me. At the Fortune Cup, all the participants finally came together for the ultimate dueling competition. Since Ruka was too afraid to compete in the duel herself, Rua gladly took her place. How do I look? This is embarrassing. Come on, Lua, chill out. I bet it's like looking in the mirror. A broken mirror. Meanwhile, Rex, Godwin, and Lazar met once again to discuss the tournament. Okay, yeah, I guess the hair is kind of purple. Everything is in order. Our detector... fucking detector, what does it do? Detect dicks? Will pick up even the tiniest energy. I believe energy in the Japanese version is called momentum. Wrap your head around that. Signals emitted by the signers. We'll know for certain who the signers are. Excellent. Now the first duel of the Fortune Cup begins. It's Bomber versus Rua. Even he's fucking up the names. Granted, it's not like mixing the dub with the original ones. It's an honor to be dueling you today, Bomber. Put it there, pal. Miss Ruka, you have quite a strong grip for a young lady. Don't be sexist now, Bomber. I know you have fucking god-tier abs that will make... Like, come on, dude. Like, even boys shaking your hand, like, you're not gonna be fazed by it. Everyone at school calls me a tomboy. Ha 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 ha. You don't look like one. Crimson Blader, such a cool card that Jack Atlas gets in the final duel of the series. Oh man, I'm playing as Bomber. His deck is fucking pants. Rua has a significantly better deck. He doesn't have an extra deck though, so that might be good for me. He could still absolutely OTK me though. Oh, this is a classic card, Heart of Clear Water. It is a very classic card. Like, I remember people would overhype this back when I was like 11, 12 years old, like at my locals. That was a cool effect. Basically makes your monster not destroyed by battle or by effects that target it, but it has to be equipped to a weak monster. Okay, that's not a good Morphtronic card. Oh, great. That's a good one that he didn't summon. He could have done some serious damage to me. My hand is pretty fucking awful, though. That's an interesting card to include in the deck. Also, I just noticed I don't have any Synchro monsters, even though Bomber does have one. One that's so fucking good it got banned. Like, it was one... I think it might have actually been the first Synchro monster ever to be banned. It eventually got Narada years later. Dark Strike Fighter is what it was called. And, like, it let you do bananas amount of damage. Like, you just... after your battle phase, after you're done attacking... Wait. Hello? Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. Anyway, you could just tribute all of your monsters, and it would do like 200 damage times their levels. Well, at least next turn I could get out Summon Reactor SK. And it could kind of mess with him. There's Boombox, and that card is a menace. There was actually a Morphtronic FTK that was pretty good. My friend took it to a YCS. Well, next I'll get out Trap Reactor and equip it with this. Or I won't, I'll get this out. He has two Magnons, I basically can't attack. But yeah, I think I got this. And then this powers up Morphtronics every time he changes positions, right? Yeah, and it has a floating effect. Nobody actually used this card though. And eventually I put my opponent into a situation where he's kind of trapped. Because every time he uses, or once per turn, whenever he uses like a certain card effect, I can, you know, negate it, destroy it, and do damage. Or not negate it, just do burn damage and destroy it. That's what made these not great, they didn't negate. Zelphon, that card's so much fun. Literally roll a dice, look at the top card of your decks, and then special summon something. I genuinely think it's too late for him to come back from, like, in this duel. Oh, even me changing positions helps him? That's interesting. It's fine. We're gonna put him into a very awkward position now. Okay, he lost no matter what, because now if he uses a spell trap or monster effect, or summons a monster, he loses life points. Okay, that was easy. Surprisingly. I can't believe I lost. Man, this stinks. Bravo, Mr. Greek, Mr. Bomber. That was quite an explosive duel. Your intel's wrong. You said you were looking for a girl. That kid was obviously a boy. Seems we were the victims of a little identity prank. Ruko must have a twin. Later on in Rex Godwin's office. The detector didn't pick up any energy readings from the kid that was dueling, but I did end up getting a signal from a girl in the stands. Keep an eye on her. Doesn't she end up dueling anyway? Oh right, I forgot this guy exists. Surprise, surprise. Now we come to Yusei's first duel of the Fortune Cup. His first opponent was said to be a man named Shira, not to be confused with Shira. However, at the last minute, a different opponent entered the arena. Surprise, surprise! Didn't expect to see me out here, did ya? I forget if his name is actually Hunter Pace, or was it like Mukuro or something? I don't know. I don't remember. You game to duel Hunter Pace? Trust me, you don't want to duel Shira. The guy's a real bore. Let's do this. Also, that is some sick eyebrow game that he has. Oh yes, Fusionist. Historically considered like one of the worst fusion monsters ever, until the Synchro and Xyz era, where with instant fusion it actually became kind of like not terrible. Once again, no tuners in my opening hand. I do have Stardust Dragon though, right? Yes. I have no idea what this guy's gonna use actually. I know that his cards actually did get printed in the real world, but like, I don't remember what they were. I'm pretty sure I used one of them. I think I used Skull Conductor in like some sort of zombie deck. Or no, I used it in early Vampires, because it has 2000 attack and you could discard it to like special summon something with 2000 attack exactly, I think. Or 2 zombie monsters who's combined up to 2 whose exact attacks 2000. A lot of zombies had exactly 2000. The fuck is this? Some Oni. Tuningware is really good, but I don't exactly have a way to get it out. So here's what I'm worried about. This guy has shit like Zombie Master and Mizuki. Eventually F me up. I have a good backfield though, to buy me time. This is also a very good card. Well, it was called the Mummy. Nowadays it's way too slow. Alright, he's gonna draw a card. Pyramid Turtle's such an awesome card. Lets you get out something huge. I'm gonna deny it for now. It was one of the best OG floating effect monsters. His zombies generally have very low defense. Oh great, give and take. That card I don't like at all. No, I'm not letting you get what you need just yet. Are you fucking for real? Okay, so I basically called out what his deck is. Well, I guess he won't have Plague Spreaders on me because he has nothing in the extra deck. Probably has Mizukis, though. This is such a goofy duel. What a mess. Wow. Still no tuner, huh? Is literally all he has in this deck, like the only tuner is Nitro Synchron and Junk Synchron? Well, I guess it's early Yusei, right? So that makes sense. That's gotta hurt. He milled Book of Life. That's basically like Monster Reborn for zombies, but also like banishes something in your graveyard, which is very relevant against Yusei's deck. So he basically has like a generic zombie deck kind of with his own cards splashed in, but no synchro monsters. Yeah, this was like his ace card, I think. This and Burning Skullhead. I have no idea what I'm doing. That's annoying. That is very annoying. That is such a goofy ass card. It's basically Karate Man, but as a zombie. You know, it would have been great if I had this, but I don't. You just got to pop off, huh? And if I equipped Fighting Spirit, I would have been fine. I didn't. Oh. Potentially a turn too late. I think I could still make something happen with it, though. play as his Plague Wolf, huh? Love that they gave us give and take in this matchup. Wait. This is gonna suck if his trap card could cuck me. I get to draw 3 cards from this, though. It's pretty huge. You're dirty. It's fine, though. If I had Stardust Dragon, I could have stopped it, and that's probably the point, but it's fine. I could get out another one next turn. Or not next turn, fuck. Eventually. But in the meantime, he has a very small hand size, and I have Scrap Iron Scarecrow, so we're good. Weird he didn't use its effect instead. Right, I don't think he has anything that he can use it with, actually. Oh, now you want to show up. Thanks. We're gonna do some climbing. Or are we? Do I get to choose the opponent's monster? Yes. But I'm not gonna do it. This also lets me draw another card. That's very good. At least they had the courtesy to give me tuning for only having, what, 6 tuner monsters in the deck? I'm afraid of that set card being Torrential Tribute. Stop. I fucking regret setting give and take. Well, that was easy. Alright. That was a really great duel, Hunter. Don't think I'll take this loss sitting down, you say. Don't stick out your tongue like that at me. How many duels are in 5Ds? Oh, they have a good amount. That looks hilarious. I know who that is, though. They have a good amount of duels. Okay, so now we got Yusei versus Bomber. And Bomber, no doubt, has Dark Strike Fighter this time around. Yusei's next duel was against Bomber. Rex Godwin hoped that Bomber's power would cause Yusei to call forth the Crimson Dragon. However, before the duel, Yusei and Bomber had a small confrontation. After Bomber caught Rua attempting to sneak into his shop to get a preview of his new duel runner, he returned the boy back home. Rua wanted a sneak peek at my new D-wheel like everyone else out there. You gonna call security? No. He reminds me of my own little brother. I'm not gonna punish him just because he's trying to help you win our duel tomorrow. It won't make a difference. You're still going down. There's quite a bit riding on this tournament for me and my future. What about you? Why are you dueling here? For my friends. I don't have a choice. Let me guess. Godwin made you an offer you couldn't refuse, right? How did you know? Did he come to you too? He offered me a chance to rebuild my family's village. I need his power to help rebuild my village. It was consumed by fire and destruction and natural disaster unlike anything that we've ever seen before. Director Godwin promised to help me, but not until I promised to help him with his quest. Bomber, don't you see that he's using you? If it's the only way to rebuild my village, then I'll let him use me all he wants. Oh my. Sorry, but I have to win tomorrow, no matter what. Finally, Yusei and Bomber met in the arena. You call that thing a D-wheel, you say? Did it come with training wheels? Just because you're bigger doesn't mean you're better, Bomber. Oh! Yeah, right. Talk to me after the duel's done. Good luck, because you're gonna need it. Not with your garbage-ass deck. Probably. Not that his deck is garbage, probably. It is absolutely garbage, but that I won't need luck. I also may take a break from streaming for a few days because I do feel myself getting sick. But I will at least finish this tournament in the story before I finish this stream. Else, I would have loved to have gone through all of 5Ds in one fucking sitting. Every fucking time. Well, that was a big loss. Actually, no, it wasn't. His trap reactor would have destroyed it, right? So I wouldn't have been able to keep using it. But then this card's very bad against trap reactor. Oof. Here's the thing. I could attack Mystic Tomato, but he'll just get, like, Speller Trap Reactor. But if I don't, he'll tribute Mystic Tomato. Or Summon Reactor. That's going to be an even bigger pain. He could still get out Summon Reactor by tributing whatever he gets out with this, but... I mean, at least then he's getting... What a troll. Why did I even go into main phase 2? This is not looking good, honestly. I have 10 cards here. Black Salvo's so strong, but he kind of squandered it by playing it too early. Getting through this is going to be rough, though. Okay, yeah, it's the errata one, so it's not so bad. Oh, and I could get through it very easily right now. But I just gotta see this. Armory Arm, huh? Okay. Fortunately, I won't get to power up Nitro Warrior, but it's fine. Who knows, maybe I'll get a spell card with my draw. It's actually very good. I might be able to get out Stardust Dragon next turn, assuming he doesn't, like, summon Trap Reactor. He could do... Yeah, we will be able to. Stardust Dragon shits all over his deck, which has like nothing but destruction effects. Oh, you fuck. Well, he's gonna need it. I just have to worry about him getting out Flying Fortress Skyfire now. This is the first time we're summoning Stardust Dragon in this stream. Jack summoned it earlier, though. Such a pretty card. Such a cool effect. And its evolved form is even cooler. Both in its effect and the way it looks. Summon Reactor, yeah. Well, that's not something I want to use anytime soon. Oh yeah, I guess I also forgot, I neglected to mention that, like, a vast majority of the duels in this campaign are technically inaccurate, because in the anime, like, 90% of the duels are, like, speed duels or turbo duels, and what the fuck is Drill Warrior doing here? And in those duels, you can't use regular spell cards, and I think if you do, you take 2,000 damage, but they don't even really use them. And in the anime, you only have 4,000 life points, even less reason to use them. Instead, they have, like, speed spells, which are, like... There's, like, a mandatory field spell that neither player could get rid of, which buffs Earthbound Immortals, which are plot-relevant, coincidentally enough. And it gets counters over time, and you use those up for the speed, so you can use speed spells. It's funny, because it's called a speed duel, but it's, like, slow as tits. Granted, speed doesn't necessarily mean fast. It means, like, the fastness. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're, like, super fast. Right, I think he can negate one attack this turn now. Wait, what? Oh, that son of a bitch, I didn't even notice that. I was so busy blabbering that I didn't notice that. Oh, I was hoping to do piercing damage with this, guess not. I'll take a draw. Got another one. I'm pretty sure Drill Synchron and Drill Warrior are like cards created from a contest, but they ended up being one of Yusei's most iconic cards because of just how good they are in the real world. I don't remember if he used them more than one time in the anime. But like they were so goddamn good in real life. Drill warriors with plants. Uh-oh, it's coming out. I'm gonna have to dark hole, huh? But does it get an Omni negate? No. Wait, what the fuck could I possibly do? But I don't really want to do that. Well, this is awkward. Worth getting rid of it, though. That thing is a menace. There goes my one and only Stardust Dragon. Unceremoniously. I swear, if you play a third Swords, I'm gonna... Okay, he didn't. We're good. I could call the Haunted Stardust, which is fucking huge because, if they then try to destroy a card with an effect, Stardust could just bring itself right the fuck back afterwards. By negating and destroying it, tributing itself, and it comes back. It's not even connected to Call the Haunted anymore. Why would I not use this right now, actually? You're in doo-doo butter, Bomber. Also, I just noticed we've been listening to the same, like, dual music for everything. I thought it was, like, it would be, like, different after the original Yu-Gi-Oh! But we've been listening to this through, like, GX as well, and now this. At least, I guess at least the tracks aren't that bad. I like this one in particular. Bomber, you okay? I'm fine, but it's not over. I told you about my village, about the fire and destruction, but I've learned the truth. I hacked into Godwin's personal files before the duel and discovered it wasn't a natural disaster. Godwin decided to use our valley as a little testing ground. He tried to resurrect his precious Crimson Dragon, but he couldn't control its energy. He's going to expose everything. We must silence him. Don't worry, no one's going to believe him. Bomber, are you sure about all this? I saw the files myself, I'm certain about it, you say. And now Godwin's going to answer for all his lies. Bomber attempted to attack Godwin, but he was immediately arrested by Sector Security, people of Neo Domino City. It's always a terrible tragedy when a gifted duelist like our very own Bomber suffers a complete nervous and emotional breakdown following such an intense duel. But rest assured that he'll get all the help he needs. You say, promise me you'll take down Godwin once and for all. How many more we got? Okay, 2 more duels in this tournament. Alright, this one where fucking Aki, not Akiza, Aki ties up Yusei with plants and then like BDSMs his ass and gets off on it. You don't believe me? Watch it. Watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's. Aki, also known as the infamous Black Rose Witch, was next to battle Yusei. Before it was underway, she met with her mentor, Divine. His name is Divine in the Japanese one. Aki, Godwin and his people are part of the old order of Yiliaster, has a Y in the Japanese one. A group seeking to resurrect a force known as the Crimson Dragon. If allowed to return, the dragon will bring the world to its knees. That's where we come in. We, the Arcadia movement, will stop Godwin and lead the world down the right path. Sounds like a good time. Speaking of time, it's almost time for your duel with Yusei. The final round of the Fortune Cup was about to begin. Aki, Jack, and Yusei all have fucking awesome boss monsters. Yusei has Stardust Dragon, Jack has Red Dragon Archfiend, also known as Red Demon's Dragon in Japan, but I'm gonna refer to as Red Dragon Archfiend for everyone that's used to that. Yeah, I know, I'm just doing double standards and picking and choosing. Sue me. And Aki's is Black Rose Dragon. Also, in case you're thinking, Aki, that sounds like Uki. What the fuck? Just say Akiza. No, Aki means red. I think it does. Oh, this card's cool. Yusei gets an even more ridiculous card later that survives battle twice per turn. But this one also takes no damage and it's a warrior, which is very good for certain cards. Okay, let's see what we got. Well, we're going to be spamming Junk Synchron all day. So we definitely want to get out Stardust Dragon to stop Black Rose Dragon. Not only does it have more attack than Black Rose, but it can negate its effect. Black Rose Dragon, when it's summoned, could fucking nuke the whole field. Monsters, spells, and traps. But it also destroys itself. It also has a second effect that nobody ever uses, where you banish a plant monster from your graveyard to change an opponent's defense monster to attack mode, and then lower its attack to 0. Nobody ever uses it because A, that means you have to be using Black Rose in the plant deck, and it could be used in any deck, and B, your opponent has to have a monster in defense mode. Not gonna synchro just yet. That's why. That card's basically a shittier Mirror Force. Well, it's literally Mirror Force. You just have to have a plant monster. Thus, shittier Mirror Force. At the time, it wasn't the worst thing, though, because I'm pretty sure Mirror Force was still limited to 1 copy. So if you wanted more and you were using plants, which weren't half bad before Black Wings popped up, plants were very good. Wall of Thorns was an option. Well, plants weren't very good. Very good would be fucking Teledad and Lightsworn. Plants were like a playable deck, a viable deck. The Gigaplant OTK to be specific, with 3 Lone Fire Blossoms. There's Gigaplant. It was like one of the, like, before Gigaplant and Aki's cards came into the equation, plants were one of the weakest, most underrepresented things ever. But like, Gigaplant and Lone Fire Blossom almost like, those two alone pretty much made plants relevant for the first time. I could get out Stardust Dragon right the fuck now. And I will. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to use Speed Warrior instead. Oh well. Funny thing, Aki actually I don't think ever used Giga Plant during a duel, but it was shown that she used it in the flashback where she fucked up her like school with her psychic powers, which she couldn't really control. Yeah, she actually has psychic powers. And Divine's like whole shtick is weaponizing people with psychic powers. Also, I have 3 fucking Stardust Dragons. That's insane. And excessive. I'm gonna wait till next turn to get out a second Stardust Dragon. Ah, that card that got banned like years after, like quite a while after like it came out, because like people found an infinite loop with it, or a near infinite loop that basically lets you completely deplete your opponent's life points during your first turn. It was after Link Monsters came out, I believe, despite this card, you know, existing pretty early into the Synchro era, or at least halfway into it. It saw like almost no play for the longest time. It did see play before it broke. It got broken, but like not that much. This is insane. I have 2 Stardust Dragons and 2 Scrap Iron Scarecrows. Nothing is gonna fucking stop me. Copy Plant is such a cool card. It was one of the coolest tuners when like tuners and synchros were first introduced. Lets you target another plant monster, and then this card's level becomes that card's level. What a cool idea. And it's also pretty useful as a level 1 too. Fortunately, it just doesn't see play like nowadays, or even like some ways into the Synchro era, but back when plants first like started becoming playable, like it was a big part of it, along with Lone Fire and Giga Plant. Well, that was easy. That card is so fucking bad, and Aki used it in the anime. Aki. I think you've done enough damage for one day, Mr. Fudo. Aki's coming home with me. There's Lone Fire Blossom. Alright, the Fortune Cup finale. Also, wasn't there like a one-off, like unofficial, like, episode that was a duel between Jack and Yusei using Assault Mode cards? It was goofy as fuck, that's all I remember. After the duel with the Black Rose Witch, Yusei uncovered Godwin's plans for the Crimson Dragon and confronted him. Time to talk. You forced me into this tournament. You threatened me and you locked up my friends. I want to know the truth. I'm not dueling Jack until you tell me why you've done this. Are you done, Yusei? It's because of this mark. He wants the Crimson Dragon's power, so he's been trying to gather everyone who has a mark. He got me here by lying to me, buttering me up and manipulating me. Physically buttering you up? That'd be kinda hot. Come on, you're making me sound so devious. Jack, you wanted to be the Turbo Duel champion. Yeah, but I wanted to earn that title. At this point, I'm starting to think that you've been rigging everything. I don't feel like a king anymore. He keeps calling himself the king in the Japanese version. You set me up as bait for Yusei. Godwin knew that you would come after me if I did everything exactly as you asked. Don't be ridiculous. I didn't even know about Yusei until you dueled him that night in the arena. Do you honestly expect me to believe that this is all some big coincidence? I have a demand to make. You got what you wanted. Yusei's here, isn't he? So let his friends go. Who are also my friends, but I don't want to acknowledge them because they're peasants. I want this duel to be legit. No threats, no gimmicks, just us. If that's what my champion wants, then so be it. So the battle between Yusei Fudo and Jack Atlas began. This is it. I'm finally going to show you what you don't have. That you don't have what it takes to be the best, Yusei. Also, I guess you don't see it in this game, but Jack has one of the most ridiculous D-wheels in existence. It's a giant fucking wheel, and it's called the Wheel of Fortune. He's like inside of it. No, it's not like the game show Wheel of Fortune, but it is called that. Are you sure we should be doing this? There's still a lot we don't know about the Crimson Dragon. This is exactly what I'm talking about, Yusei. You have no guts. Fine, Jack. Let's duel. Gravekeeper Shaman, basically an old version of a Shizu or something. The Gravekeepers are based off, like, the Shizu, Merrick, and Odeon's family. Okay, so Jack only has Red Dragon Archfiend in an extra deck. No, multi-piece Golem garbage. And no, I don't like this card. And no Exploder Dragon Link. I don't know if he used it yet, technically. Is that fucking Vegeta? Right, I remember this card now. Yeah, and it absolutely looks like Vegeta. My hand is not great. Also, this card's very good because it lets you infinitely use Quillbolt Headshocks. It doesn't banish itself when it leaves the field. Well, my hand is very not good. We'll have to make do with Junk Warrior. Getting past the Red Dragon Archfiend is gonna be tough, though. I'm so sick of this card. Get that shit out of here. Fucking pray that we never see Give and Take again after we finish this arc. And this is the last duel of the arc, so pretty much never again. Well, that effect's not going to do anything. Why couldn't I have discarded Give and Take with Tuning instead? You want to start dealing some damage. Urgent tuning could be good next turn to deal some big damage. Okay, so now that's going to be useful this time. Cool. Already used all 3 junk synchrons. That's not going to be a problem. I'm gonna use this so it stops bugging me. Am I really gonna finish him off with Speed Warrior? So I am. That was anticlimactic as fuck. Due to the intensity of the duel, the Crimson Dragon was finally summoned forth. It's the sign we've been waiting for. The Crimson Dragon will soon awake from its long slumber. Just one question about all that. I thought we needed 5 signers, but we only have 4. The little girl, Aki, Yusei, and Jack. I know who the 5th signer is. You do? How exciting, then that means we can unlock all of its power. That's right, Lazar, but first, we must see if we can harness the immense power the Crimson Dragon summoning will create. After the Crimson Dragon was successfully summoned, Godwin revealed himself to be the final signer. He revealed a vision to the other 4 signers of a future that they needed to prevent. The vision was of Neo-Domino City's destruction that could only be prevented by the ones who inherited the Crimson Dragon's power. During the vision, Yusei was able to defeat Jack and claim victory. Jack, are you okay? You beat me. I don't know how you did it, but you're the king now. That's true. If that vision is true, none of this matters because it looks like we might all lose. We're in danger. Both Neo-Domino City and the satellite might be destroyed. We have to unite to stop it from happening. Immediately after their epic duel, Yusei was proclaimed as champion. Okay, fine, we'll do one more just because that was so anticlimactic. Soon after the Fortune Cup ended, Yusei found himself in another duel against a man claiming to be a Dark Signer. After Yusei defeated his foe, he attempted to question him, but the individual had no memory of what had just transpired. Honestly, the Dark Signers arc might be my favorite, like, Yu-Gi-Oh arc, period. The man seemed to be under some sort of mind control. However, this was the moment that Yusei met the journalist Carly. Last name Nagisa in the Japanese one. Hi, I'm Carly, and I was hoping you'll tell me what it's like to be the first amateur to take on Domino City's new champ. And what happened here with the freaky dude in the hood? Hey, do you hear sirens? Who called security? You better get out of here before they start asking questions. But my interview! We'll finish it later. Carly's such a lovable klutz. Later on, Yusei met up with Godwin to find answers about the Dark Signers. Yusei, the time has come for me to tell you the truth. Why don't we start with this mark? That is the mark of the Crimson Dragon. It belongs to those who protect our world from the darkness. The darkness is dangerous. It can take on many forms, even those of your friends. But you will know their identities, for they will have the Mark of the Shadows. Mark of the Shadows? You mean the Dark Signers? Just as you were chosen to protect the light, they choose to protect the darkness. They will stop at nothing to annihilate you. To increase their strength, they absorb human souls, even those of the innocent. They have their own Egyptian god cards, which are called the Earthbound Immortals. They also have Dark Synchros, which Konami for some reason decided to consolidate into regular Synchros instead of making them their own exciting mechanic. You and your friends must combine your strengths and defeat the Dark Signers. And if we can't, what if they release the Shadows? That should happen, well. We've already seen a glimpse of our fate. Well, I guess Dark Synchros would look too similar to Xyz. They already know that they were going to make Xyz at the time, though. I don't think so. I wouldn't know. After talking with Godwin, Yusei was dispatched to Satellite in order to seek out the Dark Signers. That's when he met an old friend. Brother, hey, Yusei! No, even though his last name is Hogan, he does not talk like Hulk Hogan. Also doesn't look like him. Also, his Japanese name, believe it or not, his last name is still Hogan. Hey, Yusei! Good to see you, Crow. What have you been up to? You know me, still fighting the good fight, robbing the rich to feed the poor and all that. Also, this man's archetype, Blackwing, has like one of the most surprisingly absurd amount of consistent support. Like you would think it was Elemental Heroes with how much support it gets over the years. I love the archetype though. Blackwings are so cool. So I hear that you're some big shot champion now. Well, they're called, again, I'm being picky with what I want to use the Japanese names for. They're called Black Feathers in Japan, but Blackwing sounds way cooler. Anyways, yeah, something like that. Crow, why are the streets so deserted? Those creepy cats have been coming around lately. They spout these wacky teachings, trying to round up followers. I better look into this. Before too long, Crow and Yusei both come face to face with the Dark Signer. Callan Kessler is actually... They made such a badass, have such a generic ass name. In Japan, his name was Kiryu Kyosuke. Fucking awesome first name and last name. Yusei! And his bird-brained friend. Kiryu, is that really you? I thought you were gone forever. Wrong, Yusei, and while I was away, I made some new friends. I believe you already dueled one of my associates. You mean the Dark Signers? You're on their side? But you were once our friend. Once your friend, but yes, now you're my enemy. Now get ready for the duel of your life! It's a Dark Signer. This is what Godwin was talking about when he said the darkness may come in the form of a friend. During their duel, Kiryu summoned Earthbound Immortal Kokapakapu, and the creature absorbed human souls throughout the arena. Kiryu then used this monster to defeat Yusei. Okay, my stream had a technical error. I think we're back now. Hopefully, this doesn't cause me to have to, segment the parts. That would be annoying, because this part would be very short. Kiryu then used this monster to defeat Yusei. Yusei's friends immediately rushed to Yusei's side. Meanwhile, Ruka and Rua discussed their next move to help stop the Dark Signers. Since we fight evil, that means we're superheroes, and superheroes are always supposed to stick together. That's like their most important thing. I think their superpowers are more important. Anyways, you're right, Leo. Or Rua, let's stick together right here in this nice cozy mansion. What about Akiza or Aki? She may be a signer, but that doesn't mean we can trust her. She's part of the weird Arcadia movement that's got all the psychics. Their main objective is to train duelists to inflict real damage. But Aki would never really want to hurt people. Who knows? I say we stay as far away as possible. But Yanagi agreed that us heroes gotta stick together. What if she needs our help? Or what if Yusei's in trouble and we need Aki's deck as backup? There's like a million reasons why this is a good idea. Meanwhile, Rua, Ruka, Bolt, and Tenzen travel to Arcadia Movement headquarters to get help from Aki. You want to see Aki? She's awfully busy. What's so incredibly important that you've come all the way here? She has the mark of the dragon. That means she's a superhero. Ruka and me are superheroes too. We're going to help our friend Yusei fight the Dark Signers and save the whole city. I've been monitoring some strange occurrences lately myself. I'd love to help you. You would? My Arcadia movement represents all that is good. I promise you that I'll do everything to stop this threat. Alright. Thank you. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll go get Aki. Unfortunately, the entire visit was a trap set up by Divine. His intention was to test Rua's abilities to find out if they were similar to Ruka's. Where's Ruka? Where am I? Why am I chained up with this gizmo on my head? That hat detects latent psychic powers, assuming you have any. Latent what? You said we were going to get Aki and help us to fight the Dark Signers. I'll make society pay for how they discriminated and treated psychics throughout time. What are you gonna do to me? Take my brain or something? Of course not. You're here to take a test to see if you have the power of a psychic duelist. Aki was just a preview. I have dozens more psychic duelists at my command. Psychics can do incredible things with their minds. Pretty much replicating shadow games in the context of Yu-Gi-Oh! Does that mean Aki's gonna help you get even? But she's supposed to be a hero. A hero? She doesn't even know what I'm really doing here. Now what do you say we start the test? This is when psychic monsters got added to the game. That was like the first time we got a new type. Like since Yu-Gi-Oh! Didn't get a... Not counting Divine Beast, Yu-Gi-Oh! Didn't get a new type until Psychics. I believe now we have a Cybers, or whatever the hell those are. Really? I drew 3 of the same card? It's not a terrible card, though. And these are some good spell and trap cards. We could make something happen. And now Rua is gonna OTK us. He also has 3 Power Tool Dragons, it looks like. I wonder what these are. Are they all Thought Ruler Archfiends? There's Radion, that's the other good Morphtronic. That and Boomboxin. I really need something else. Oh, that's one of the banished psychics. Unfortunately, it's not what I need. Well, this isn't good. Or no, I could normal summon in addition. I could steal his monster. Okay, let's get rid of one. Or... no. I could just go right into Thought Ruler, actually. Potentially. Or fucking not. Great. Wonderful. Well, let's get rid of what's the least useful then. This thing. No, I don't want to use compulsory just yet. Also, I always thought that Psychic Jumper just had really insane eyebrow game, but it's actually just sunglasses. Sure. Brain Research Lab basically lets me use my psychic monster's effects without immediately paying life points for them. But then when it's destroyed, I take 1,000 damage for every counter on it. Surprised that he doesn't have Psychic Life Transer or Magical Android in his extra deck. I guess because he didn't use them in the duel. Yeah, I don't think so. That was probably a waste, but I kind of want to make something happen. Oh yeah, this thing in the Japanese version, it was doing like the Hitler hand thing. They censored it. Don't blame them. This is worth it, because then both Radions stack. That, no, it's not game just yet, I guess. Well, that's unfortunate. Is he gonna get out Power Tool Dragon? That's gonna be a big problem for me. Well, I mean, I guess I could steal it with Psychic Jumper, so maybe not. Power Tool Dragon's also a very fun card, even if it's never really been particularly great. Once per turn, it lets you choose 3 equipped cards from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one and add it to your hand. If you choose 3 of the same card, then you pretty much get to choose what you wanted. Also, this card's effect changes depending on the turn, which is pretty cool. Oh, this thing's pretty awesome too. You pay 800. It's a 1900 attack beat stick, but you also pay 800 attack to let one of your psychic monsters attack twice per battle phase, which is pretty crazy. But like, you can't attack that turn, but it's fine. You can use it on fucking all of your other psychic monsters. Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna just do this. Didn't didn't know that's what it did. I could also get out Thought Ruler now if I really want to. I think I will. It will weaken one of the Radions, but when Thought Ruler kills something, I heal life points. It could also protect itself from spell and trap effects that target it, or other psychic monsters, I guess, as well. I think I just win anyway, though. Thought Ruler was like back when Synchro Monsters first came out. It was basically your level 8 go-tos were Stardust Dragon, Thought Ruler, and for the raw attack power, Red Dragon Archfiend. And Red Dragon fell off, and eventually Thought Ruler fell off as well. Easy. Sorry, Ruka. It looks like the boy isn't special after all. At least I still have the girl. Okay, I'm very tempted to do this duel, but we're gonna save it. I don't know if we'll finish 5Ds next time either, because there's so much to it still. But yeah, if I wasn't starting to feel sick, I would have, played a little more, but we'll call it for now. Take care, everybody.